Hey friends, in today's video I am doing a straight to the point review of the Heritage Shotgun obtained from the Deep Stone Crypt raid. This season it is finally craftable, and with that comes a refreshed perk pool as well as enhanced perks. The first slug shotgun of which is enhanced hipfire. That is the exciting part. However, there's another perk called Offhand Strike which reads, Final blows grant additional weapon range, stability, and accuracy when firing from the hip for a short time, about 5 seconds. The reason I delayed this video so long until now is because I wasn't sure if Offhand Strike was bugged or functioning the way it's supposed to, because when you get the final blow, it lets the hip fire kill extend from about 10 to 11 meters to 14 meters. Today on the Destiny Firing Range podcast, I had the opportunity to ask a Bungie dev if the perk was working as intended, and I got the answer, yes. So you are safe to use your enhanced materials, craft it, it will continue to work like this, although they're not opposed to nerfing it if it truly becomes a problem, since the requirement for activating it is a kill, which is easier said than done to achieve on good players. I know I jumped the gun by not showing you all the available perks or talking more about alternate roles, but when it comes to enhanced hipfire grip being available on a weapon, to me it's almost a non-decision, even more so now that I know that Offhand Strike is working the way it's supposed to. So beyond that, I recommend going very high range. Get it as close to 100 as you can. You can go full bore there. A different combination of having airborne effectiveness stat and range for the most accurate shot possible. It's also damage fall off though. Cool guy made a video if you want more information on slug damage fall off. For a daily driver role, instead of hipfire, maybe you want threat detector so you could have a faster swap speed. Maybe you want moving target for just raw aim assist. Maybe you're a Teraba user. You want to get a multi-kill, proc recombination. Of course, PvE is recombo, reconstruction, or autoloading holster. You could throw knives with Swashbuckler. You could recharge abilities on Shadebinder with Demolitionist Pugilist. And then of course the Origin trait, where dealing damage replenishes a little bit of energy, so it helps with that gameplay loop. Killing Wind does push out that range fall off by 1.05, so it kind of does the same thing as Offhand Strike, except ADS, just a lot worse. So overall, I really do recommend Enhanced Hipfire Grip because under the hood, this perk is built different. It works way better than normal hipfire grip to the point where I'm kind of disappointed they put it in the game at all because it makes the regular version of hipfire grip lackluster on non-craftable weapons. And then if I'm already going hipfire grip, I might as well just go all in into Offhand Strike or Swashbuckler. High key, I think I might end up getting more value out of Swashbuckler on something like a Shadebinder, but the clip potential of Offhand Strike just makes me also want to run that. I don't know, I'm just so torn between the two. You could also go very, very high handling and try to offset the range in other ways, like Luna faction boots, but at that point you might as well just go all into range anyway. Keep in mind that the Quick Charge mod adds 25 handling, so you can try to get that as close to 75 as you possibly can, while mixing range in there. So that right there would be like 100 handling and 93 range, which is already pretty good. So in case you had the question of how does this perform on mouse and keyboard versus controller, pay attention to the reticle in the background. Guess which one is mouse and keyboard? Yes, the bigger the circle, the more forgiving it is. The answer might surprise you. From my personal play sessions, I'll tell you I had a hard time on controller lining up the double kill and willing it into existence, whereas on mouse and keyboard, I sort of just windshield wiper flick in the direction of their head and it just gives me it. So my recommendation is on mouse and keyboard, this is one of the best slug shotguns in the game, and on controller, you might be better off going duality just because the forgiveness of a pellet shotgun is well worth it. Undoubtedly though, if I was making a tier list of shotguns on mouse and keyboard, this would be in the S tier. It is among the best, if not the best, slug shotgun. If I had to choose between a pellet and a slug, I still think I'm more of a pellet user. The way that high-level Destiny plays, nobody gives you enough time and opportunity to line up a slug headshot. They're flying wildly, shoulder charging, melee teleporting all over the place. Good luck hitting that first shot, let alone the second one from the hip. Now, the reason it's still S tier despite that is because being able to accurately hip fire is a game changer. Having that bigger FOV to make more sense of a situation, and quite literally being a faster, more effective sensitivity for me from the hip since I play a slow sense. My hip fire is my speed. So now on to full loadout recommendations. I recommend playing Shadebinder or something with stasis to sort of lock them in place so that that first kill is easy, and if you use Whisper Hedron's Fragment, you might be able to boost the aim assist further, making that hip fire shot that much more consistent. Or you could be that much more loose with it, and it's just going to hit anyway. Heritage being in the kinetic slot is somewhat kind of a bummer for me because the Rose hand cannon is also in the kinetic slot, and I can't use both Rose and Heritage at the same time. I can use the Iron Banner slug, which brings the Skulking Wolf Origin trait to the table, but it's not hip fire grip, which is the whole unique point of this gun, and I'm going to say the point of this review. It's to say that it does that unique thing so well that it is in a class of its own. But I suppose you could pair Heritage with Sunshot like you see in the background gameplay, Vex Mythoclast with Rain of Fire. You could also go Teraba on a Peacekeeper Titan, stack up the kills. Instead of offhand, you go Recombination, get a free body shot. Or you could go with the crazy but fun option, which is using the Secant Filament Exotic Boots on Warlock. You throw a Rift, you get Devour for free. Combo that with Tommy's Matchbook, which is a hipfire auto rifle, perfectly accurate. And then you put an auto-loading shotgun holster on your boots so that you can go on crazy tears and try to pick up a 7th column or 2. So if what I've said or what you see in the gameplay has inspired you to go grab this, then you're in for a couple hours of farming the Deepstone Crypt raid. Specifically the Atrax encounter and the one that comes after it. I don't remember the name. All I know is if you play Titan, throw on the Caress exotic chest piece, and then wait for the dude to say just use T-Crash on the glowing guy. Yeah, the one over there by the window. Yeah, that one. And then you just do that for a couple hours and pray that you get the red box version of Heritage, delete it in your inventory until you get 5 of them, then you craft it up. Me personally, I've been using Gambit to rank up my Heritage because I found a pretty effective loadout that isn't throwing but still gets pretty quick Gambit games done, where it involves Heritage, a Harmony Sniper, and Deathbringer, and then I end up body-shotting all the invaders. Pretty cool. Might make a video on it just to show you how I craft weapons the fun way instead of shooting at Shuro-Chi. But you could also do that too. Overall, until an equivalent exists in the energy slot, this will be my most used slug shotgun, but maybe not my most used shotgun. That will probably go to Matador, then Duality, and then a lightweight shotgun after that because I realize I really value the sprint speed. For the remainder of the video, I have a couple leftover clips that just show the shotgun in action, so enjoy. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one. I should be streaming some Iron Banner, just casually hanging out with some friends, breaking bubbles, and not really worrying about the result.
Zone A lost. Let them come.
This thing's so stupid. Call your damage. I can help from 4.
I got one. No, really
Thank
good.
you.
damage. 2
Titan.
scorched.
Titan's really big. Nice freeze. Alright, we got help, Cam. Nice.
Come back. Nice, Cam.
Ooh, fucking nasty.
Nice shot.
Oh,
Oh, no.
do it again.
Oh,
Oh my